Previously on the Casual Crowd podcast.
POV, you're 23, living in an apartment in Toronto, doing your dream job and hanging out with your friends. You're the main character. And the comments on that video, every single person's asking you how you did it.
You know, I like to drive a little fast sometimes. I am a professional photographer and a CGI artist. I've been bitten in the ass enough times by talking before something happens to know that I never ever want to talk about it again. I got banned from that dealership before.
Michael's lucky he wasn't legally persecuted for that.
I will do whatever it takes. And I say any job will make you money. Is this a job that you're passionate about? If you're not passionate about it, you're gonna hate yourself in 5 years.
I like to sit down in my shower.
Stand up in your shower, dude. That gets me absolutely fuming, more than anything these days.
Hello and welcome to part 2 of the world's first exclusive interview with professional car photographer, CGI artist, and all-round great guy Michael Chang. If you haven't seen the first podcast, we spoke all about Michael's career, how he became successful at 23 doing his dream job, as well as some other fun bits such as absolutely fuming and his dream cars. Today, however, we're going to take a closer look at Michael's personal life. He shares with us some really moving and interesting stuff about his coming out and gives some advice to others who might be in a similar situation to him. He then goes on to share with us some fun Grindr stories and a few toilet disasters. This podcast got a little bit for everyone, so sit down, grab some loo roll, because this is going to be good.
How are we going to segue from that?
I have no idea.
So, Michael, you're gay.
Just jump straight into it.
Oh, I love listening to straight boys try and waffle around these things.
We spoke briefly before the podcast about your sexuality and it being an important part of who you are. And I was just wondering if you'd maybe feel comfortable kind of going into that and maybe your coming out story. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this who might be in a similar situation to you. And also, it's good to become educated about these things. If you feel comfortable going into that, of course.
Yeah, sure. So, where do we start? I came out in grade 8. So I realized that there was a bit of a difference in the grading system. So for context, that would have been 13 or 14 years old.
Oh, fair play.
And it was sort of like not that I was forced out, but that I was sort of coerced to a point by a group of other people. And that sort of just became what it was. That was like winter of grade 8. And I was at a small school, well, small relative and all that, but a high school of 600 kids, which is relatively small in Toronto, especially since we cover 6 years. But I was like one of the only openly out members of, like, the only openly out person in the entire school. I think there were maybe like 2 or 3 others who were openly out at the time I came out, and they were all significantly older than me. And I think I was the only one who was openly out up until grade 11, at which point the floodgates apparently opened and suddenly everybody was gay. It was interesting. I mean, there was, kids are mean and all that kind of stuff. And there was the fair amount of bullying and all that stuff that I had to put up with. But I feel like I was relatively sheltered from all of that, in that, like, there was never anything really, really sinister. You know, I never was beaten up for any of that. I was never harassed outside of school. I was never bothered in any way. And I was also a weird kid. Like, I was a really, really, really annoying kid at times. And I will be the first to concede that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, I feel like to a point, it was really weird being the only person out for a while. And I think that after my grade graduated, it became a lot easier for other kids to be out. Because I do remember thinking, like, by the time I was graduating, a lot of the kids in the grades far younger than me were already out and, like, very comfortable with it. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yep.
Because you have immigrant parents, and it's quite hard with immigrant parents to come out like that. So how do they react to it?
Ooh, you know, I mean, there was some difficulty at first, but these days, I think it's easier. I mean, one, obviously, they come from a relatively conservative culture where this kind of thing is not necessarily accepted. And two,
100%.
they also come to it from the understanding that if I am gay, then there's going to be a great deal more hardship in life that when compared to other people, which is, totally sympathetic to that understanding of the situation. And I think that for a while they were less willing to embrace it. But as they saw me grow into who I was and experience the successes that I had, it became less and less of an issue. Like, I know it still makes my parents a little uncomfortable at times, but at the end of the day, I think that with them knowing I'm going to be all right, it's no longer an issue. At the end of the day, all they want to do is make sure that you can make it on your own. And once they're sure about that, like, all the other worries tend to fade away, I think. It's also,
that's nice.
I mean, it's a big learning curve for them, like they have to process all these things as quickly as you had to. And there's a lot of relearning, a lot of re-educating yourself on these issues and figuring out how to be a better parent after that. And I would never hold any of their reservations, their discomfort or anything like that against them, because you only teach what you're taught, and that's all they knew.
Okay.
It is a difficult task to reach that understanding, though, and I sympathize with a lot of people who don't want to give their parents that patience, because I know a lot of people who refuse to or simply could not. It can be very difficult.
No, that's understandable. Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah. I consider myself very lucky that I can still have a very good relationship with my parents.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can you give any advice to people that may want to come out, like Rob? I think he's...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, I will start by saying coming out is something that you do at your own pace. Do not ever let anybody force you into it. And when you do, don't assume that you're forced into that label forever. I mean, sexuality is fluid, and your preferences can change as you age and as you experience, and you don't have to ever feel confined to one type or one label ever in your life.
You hear that, Rob? There's still hope. But yeah.
Well, thank you very much for that advice. I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, on to a lighter topic. Do you rent your apartment? Sorry, this is completely out of the blue. Very terrible segue. But do you rent your apartment, or do you own the apartment in Toronto?
I own my own condo, and
I do not want to grow up. Bloody hell!
You don't want to grow up?
I don't want to spend money on all this shit, man. I just want to buy films because I've just spent. I just want to buy films.
Just stay at home
You
buying
spent 200 quid on anime, haven't you?
I've spent about 100 quid on anime DVDs in the last month.
Bro.
All the same series, though. All the same series.
It's a very rare DVD.
I
No,
see.
I'm serious. They're like, you can't get them anywhere else. They were made in the 90s and they're all vintage shit now. So I've spent like 100 quid on Italian. I bought 2 on Amazon for 30 quid, which was an absolute deal. For me, it was a bit of a weird viewing experience because the film's on Netflix, but I like having a hard copy of things because I know that I've always got it there.
Yeah, wow.
No,
Holy shit.
Like,
He likes to kind of stroke them before he goes to bed.
Okay, that's a bit dodgy.
He sleeps with them.
Whispers to them in Japanese.
I can't really think of another example.
Go on, say some Japanese for us. I know
Konnichiwa,
you know
Mikey.
some. Don't cap.
Okay.
You know some.
Okay, right. Sensei ohayaka gozaimasu, it means good morning, teacher. That's kind of the only intro I kind of know. I mean, sensei is like teacher or someone that like teaches you something, so it doesn't have to be teacher.
Everybody knows sensei.
Yeah, but like people think a sensei is someone that teaches you kung fu. No, it's like a teacher. Like it's like, miss, what's this mean?
What's a senpai?
I don't know.
Ruben's my
I actually
senpai.
don't know what senpai means. I know what kawaii means though.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawaii's cute.
Ruben, am I kawaii?
Yes, Phil. Anyway.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, senpai.
See, that's one thing that gets me absolutely fuming as well. You're instantly considered a weeb for liking anime.
Weeb.
But, like,
Fucking loser.
Oh my
I
god.
Do you
like
watch,
it, dude. I think it's
what a
good.
nerd.
Like,
Do you watch
I
any
know
anime?
It's bad because do I?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Obviously.
we've established that
Obviously.
much. Do you watch any anime, Michael?
I don't actually watch TV. This is going to
I
be.
don't watch TV. I watch series like on Netflix and stuff. That's literally it.
I don't watch Netflix either. I don't have a Netflix account. I don't have an Amazon Prime Video account. Here's the thing. When I was in university, there were a few shows that I would watch. I mean, I loved American Horror Story, Top Gear, of course, and The Grand Tour.
Of course.
But beyond that, I did not really watch TV. And even now, in my own space, I don't have a TV in my condo, and I'm never going to have a TV here because, to me, I don't consume it enough to justify it, you know?
I want to ask you, is that like, I know like a lot of talkers and those speakers, they're like, yeah, rich people don't have TVs because they don't waste their time on that kind of stuff. Is that like kind of your mentality in a nicer sense, or is it just simply because there's nothing really good to watch, or you don't have time that you just don't buy one?
You know, maybe it's a mix of both. I'm not going to say I'm the best user of my own time. I mean, like, I can spend a lot of time on TikTok, and I can waste a ton of time if I really tried. But at the same time, when it comes to what I would rather do with my spare time, watching TV has never really been that. More recently, I am consuming a bit more media that like I wasn't able to before, but it's mostly because I have more time. Like I love watching like RuPaul's Drag Race, but the spin-offs that come from there. Like there's these two drag queens that I love to follow called Trixie Mattel and Katya, and I love following their antics because they have their own YouTube show. So I think that's the closest I come to consuming television.
Here's the key thing to remember, guys, for the people watching, is like, yeah, he says he goes on TikTok, but he makes TikToks as well.
You know, TikTok as an app is so confusing to me because it literally is just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But I'm quite into that, honestly, because there's a lot of different sides of myself that I'd like to make TikToks about, and you know, we'll see what sticks. I mean, so what I've posted so far is pretty tame, but I love those TikToks where like people just go like all out and overshare because I think it's so funny. And like I have so many amazing, disgusting stories that I could overshare about on TikTok, and I cannot wait for one of those to go viral.
Ooh, I mean, obviously, it depending on whether you're comfortable talking about it, could we get a sneak peek of one or two of those stories?
Give us a story.
I gotta ask, how inappropriate can we get on this app or on this podcast?
I mean, we can cut out whatever we want, really.
Well,
so,
to be honest, nobody listens to podcasts, so we don't really have to worry.
Saying that, Phil, my stepdad has asked, when's the new podcast? Because I want to listen to it on the way to work.
Okay, so make it as inappropriate as possible, specifically for
go
Ruben's
for it.
I mean, because like I follow the Stiff Socks podcast, and that thing is like extremely. It's like it's all sex. Like it's just these two guys talking about sex.
But I can just by the name, I can already tell you that doesn't sound.
I'm gonna go listen to that after.
Yeah, to be fair, let me do some research.
You know, I will talk a little bit about it because at the very least, I can rant a little bit about fun stories and like that kind of shit without detailing too much, right?
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, well,
sure.
Let me start by doing a bit of information gathering from you guys. So this is mostly for our UK recorders here, but how much do you know about Grindr?
Okay, so
See, 'cause you know,
Hello.
and I don't want you to be the one explaining it.
No, you go explain it then. Yeah.
So, Phil, how do you think Grindr works?
Wait, sorry, can I clarify real quick? I'm so sorry to cut you off. The reason I know is because I have
gay.
a lot of gay friends, and then
gay.
that sounded really
actually,
sus.
Grindr's actually how me and Harvey met.
Yes, of course. Nobody clip that. No.
Please,
Buddy,
clip
he
that.
is hat on a hat of gays. He is Leslie Jordan gay. Like he is full Elton John
What?
gay. That's why he knows how Grindr works. Why do you think he knows how Grindr works?
Yes.
He has gay friends because he is gay.
Exactly. Okay, but I assume you have a gay friend.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
So you've had this experience introduced to you already, but like Phil, how do you think Grindr works?
I'm not sure if I'm being honest. I'm here to learn.
Best
man.
guess.
Excited.
I really want to know. Best guess. How does Grindr work?
I suppose just like other dating apps. I suppose.
Have you used any dating apps, Phil?
I haven't, no, so I don't know how they work.
Well, I'll start with what you said, which is that it is like Tinder, but for gay men. And I just want you to know that you could not be more wrong.
Ooh.
Damn.
And that's not shade.
Mic
That's
drop.
not a dig.
Oof.
But it is a common misconception because the names are similar. So when you open Grindr, you're presented with a grid similar to Instagram. And this grid is 3 columns wide, and it shows, a couple, I think 150 profiles, and they're organized by distance.
Someone could be in the other room and it'd like tell you.
Exactly. So when you open a profile, it'll tell you that if they have pictures, it'll show their pictures, and it will show you how far away you are from them. The main crux of it, though, is that the whole point is showing how close the nearest hookup is.
Yes.
If that doesn't tell you how
Yeah.
focused the gays are on instant gratification, I don't know what will. Now,
And there's so much like hooking up happening, right? Like it's way different to like Tinder, where it's like relationships. It's a lot, like it can be that, but it's a lot of hooking up.
oh yeah, no,
If I'm
like
not wrong.
I would say on the first date is very like fuck on the first date is absolutely not uncommon.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fuck before you even have a date, like come on. But so and then you can filter your preferences by age, weight, height, the tribe that they belong to, the body
wow.
type, the position they are.
I'm sorry, tribe?
Tribe. Sorry.
So tribes are like they're sort of mostly body types that you would organize people into. Like, are you a bear? Are you clean cut? Are you a daddy? Are you discreet? Are you like a jock?
I've
Are
heard
you
about some
like
of
that
these,
kind of thing, right?
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it sort of filters the it sort of filters the category of the people you're looking for, because each of these is sort of its own lifestyle and its own aesthetic and all that kind of stuff. It's real shallow. And then it also you can sort by the position they are and what they're looking for, their relationship status, where they would prefer to meet.
Yeah.
Your place, their place, restaurants, etc., and whether or not they accept nudes immediately.
Oh wow.
A lot
wow.
of people's pictures are just their piece, right?
You can so you're not allowed
what?
to post pornographic materials on your profile.
Uh-huh.
You can send it in private chats, but you can't put it on the actual profile. And
Okay.
basically how it works is you don't have to swipe and match. You just message whoever you want.
Uh-huh.
And they have...
I thought that's how Tinder worked. I thought you could just message whoever. Never mind.
No, you can't.
Oh, you have to actually match with people.
Have you never used Tinder before?
No, I've never gone on a dating app
No.
before. I've never found the need. I mean,
Ruben just goes through women. There isn't enough women on Tinder for him.
Oh my
there's not
god.
enough women on this earth.
Yes.
Quite the ladies' man, eh? Yeah, so people's pictures aren't just their piece, but a lot of the times they won't show their faces, which is very, very frustrating. So you'll have like photos of their torsos, or like for some reason landscapes, or their pets, or their cars that they drive. Like, it's so ridiculous. And basically anybody can message you, and like people love to just message you and send you a picture of their junk.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, it tells me a
wow.
lot about somebody when they send me that picture. It tells me that they have absolutely no other redeeming qualities, and they somehow think that a poorly cropped photo of their ugly dick is somehow going to sway me, that they are worth pursuing.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, there are many
Rob,
other...
take notes.
Yeah, take notes, Rob. But there are like, you know, it's really...
Oh, I've been doing it wrong.
No, you haven't. Trust me. You know, it's so shocking. We're the most, you know, intellectually capable species in the entire animal kingdom, and this is how we do courting. You know, like, why can't guys be more like birds? Birds build houses and write beautiful music and dance for them. Like, meanwhile, this guy just sends me a photo of his
You
junk
get
and
the birds
expects me
in
to put
Papua New
out.
Guinea that dance.
Imagine you just get like a bird just getting his cock.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, like, birds, like,
You
they write
get
music.
the birds in Papua New Guinea that just start puffing their chests
Yeah,
and dancing.
exactly. Like, they dance, they build houses, they sing for you, they collect blue things for you. Meanwhile, all these guys know how to do is show me their junk.
Have you guys seen the movie Blue, where they go to like Rio de Janeiro and stuff? And
That's such a segue. That's so random.
no, I just wanted. It reminded me of that movie. I just wanted to see if
Wait,
you guys
Blue?
watched
Yeah,
it.
I've seen that.
I
I've
haven't seen
that.
Yeah,
that.
it's a really
is
good
that
movie.
the one with is that the one with the birds, or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
red
it was-
birds.
I
There's
thought it
only
was
two of
called.
them.
I thought it was called Rio.
Oh, is it Rio?
It's called Rio.
Oh, it is Rio.
I think
Okay.
his name's
Oh,
Blue.
is it the anime?
Anyway,
Yeah,
carry on with the
that's
Grindr talk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Rob needs the tips.
that's basically it though. Like, you get on this app and immediately you're just inundated with people trying to fuck. It doesn't
wow.
get better, you know. So you spend 99% of your time sifting through these junk messages, and like occasionally you'll form like a decent connection. It's literally impossible. No, you know what? It's not. That's too harsh. It's not impossible, but like it would seem a lot of the community is not that interested in dating at all. Yeah, but then again, perhaps I'm searching in the wrong places.
Yeah.
I want to be one of those,
Maybe, yeah.
you know, I want to be one of those gays who wanders into a coffee shop, you know, and it's snowing outside, and I order my drink, and I pick up my drink and thank the barista, and then I turn and I bump into somebody else, and we both spill hot coffee on each other and scald each other, you know, because that's how all regular rom-coms
Yes, the
start.
romantic tale that stands the test of time.
Yeah, because that's how all
Then
regular.
you've got like matching burns.
Exactly. Oh, it's important.
on the wedding day.
It's important that we both get spilled with hot coffee, and like that's how regular rom-coms start, right? You just bump into each other with hot coffee, and then you get to know each other on the ride over to the ER.
Harvey's an expert on
Oh,
that.
are you?
Yeah. Wait, what? I don't know.
Oh yeah, Harvey loves a rom-com, don't you, Harvey?
Oh, I do. I actually do.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really sure where to go from that, to be honest.
Neither am I. I mean, I feel like I've sort of milked that story for all it's worth. Well, I've said everything I want to say anyway.
I really enjoyed that.
Any thoughts on Biden being elected?
Oh
Because
god.
that's a hot topic in the casual crowd.
Don't get me started on politics, because I will not stop.
Okay, now I don't normally like to cut large segments of the podcast, as I like to kind of try to keep it authentic, but I mean it when I say that this went on for nearly 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this bit out of the podcast and skip straight on to the next segment of the podcast. But if you would like to see Harbier and Michael have like a half an hour debate about taxation rates, if that's something that appeals to you, please do just let me know, and I can always release it as a separate clip. But for now, let's skip to the next segment.
Unrealized or realized, it's a matter of scale. But we've talked very much about this, and I think that
Yes.
maybe we should either move on or shut it down.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. You've raised some excellent points there, but one thing that does really get to me is that these super rich, they have so much money, and yet if you check chat, there's toilets like that on the side of the road, and I think that gets us on to today's segment of Toilet Talk, where we talk about sometimes the latest developments in toilet technology, but sometimes just toilets that aren't up to scratch, because we pride ourselves on toilets here at the Casual Crowd podcast, don't we?
Well, from what I've listened to, it seems like you do.
I had half an hour to think of that segue, and it was still rubbish.
I cannot believe we talked for half an hour about that.
Were we talking for a half an hour? Holy shit.
I think at least 20 minutes.
Oh my
Well,
god.
have fun cutting that down, boys.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the 3 hours later transition that is inevitably going to overlay all that talk we had about the stock market.
Yeah.
To be honest, what I might do is I might do that for the main podcast. I might release that as like a political debate extra podcast.
Oh, you know what? That would be
That'd
pretty
be
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you know something we should do in the future? Obviously, we're going to have to be very planned and stick to a script, but do a live podcast.
Tangent podcasts.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. We've got to be very careful. If we got an episode like the 4th episode, we had to cut
It
a
wouldn't
lot of
actually
that out.
count like a podcast, though.
What's
It
the 4th episode? Oh, the Millie Bobby
That
Brown?
was the Billy Bowie Brown.
Oh, that was
Quite a
fine.
bit out of
That was fine. Nothing wrong with that one, I think.
I think we were just segueing over into today's episode of Toilet Talk, where we just talk toilets and we talk about the toilets that aren't up to scratch. And I've put a picture in the chat here of a toilet on the Forth Rail Bridge that has recently picked some traction. Can you guys see that picture?
That is terrifying. Wow.
For those of you listening on purely audio platforms, you may want to quickly switch over to YouTube just for this bit, as we're going to be throwing up some pictures and reacting to those pictures. If not, though, no worries. You can just use your imagination. Believe me when I tell you that some of these toilets are quite simply magnificent. Yeah, would you?
Oh God, I don't know, man. I've got a weak digestive system, and like I don't even think I would. Like there have been scares in my life, and I don't think I would ever even commit to that. I'd sooner shit my pants.
To be honest, I'd rather just do it off the edge of the bridge than get.
Oh, this toilet you've shown.
Yeah.
No, I'd go in there. Someone would pay me, obviously, but I'd go in there.
God, I mean, I can already see the tetanus. I'm not putting my thumb on that.
When I went to Borneo, right, in 2019, I went to Borneo, like Southeast Asia, and we stayed in this little village, and the toilet, I hadn't gone to the toilet like for a few days.
Was it a squat toilet?
It was a squat toilet, yeah.
Oh wow!
But it was more terrifying because in every single like sanitary area, there are at least 3 hornet nests in there.
Oh
no!
So like when I went into the shower, there was oh my god,
that is a horrific.
Oh my god, that's very threatening.
All this toilet talk has just reminded me of this.
Why is the seat red?
I don't know, but I remember seeing this post on Tumblr a while ago. And I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and it seems very appropriate here because we're talking about toilets. But here are some toilets with very threatening auras.
That has a threatening aura. I'm going to be honest
open
with
the whole
you.
link. It gets worse and worse.
I feel threatened.
I feel like it's the beginning of like a Saw movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad that he got interrupted in the middle of his story.
Gosh.
There's more. Yeah, click the link. It gets worse as it goes.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it does. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. That was brilliant.
Which one?
The one with the fairies. Oh, man. I mean, I'll pose the question to you, boys. Would you take a leak in a bathroom full of furries?
Furries?
It'd be so hard to...
Do you not know what a furry is?
I mean...
A fairy.
A furry. He doesn't know...
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'd be kind of scared. I mean, if they were on the other end, I'd be like, yeah, mate, all right.
I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be so hard to pee through the boner.
Wow.
Oh my god.
For the record, I'm not a furry, and that was just a joke. For the record, I am not a furry.
I'm going to cut the part where you say that's a joke.
I'm not a furry. That was just a joke.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah, these just get worse and worse. The trumpet ones are kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
The one above the furries, that's like a literal chimney. That is terrifying.
You guys gotta...
Oh my god, I've seen this rabbit.
You guys gotta
before.
figure out, like, a little bit of tech control, quality control here for your podcast, eh? You know, you specifically, but you know what else I was thinking is, you guys gotta get like a soundboard with little sounds in it. So that you can have like a...
Yeah, they're like 100 quid, so it might be a next purchase of mine. I mean, I'm buying a new Xbox and then getting
even on like a keyboard or something, like on your laptop, you can probably program your laptop to play sounds while you're in a certain program, right? I think it would be very fun.
Yeah, we mentioned toilet talk and just play the MLG horn sound effect.
Yeah.
I guess before we go off, I just want to say, me, Ruben and Javier spoke about it briefly in our second episode. But if you're comfortable sharing, Michael, what are some of the most awful toilet-related experiences you've had? Like, what are some of the worst toilets you've had?
Okay, I've got a story for you. I've got two. So, the first time, when I was a kid, I had an issue with like those high-pressure flushes. I didn't like them. They were too loud. They scared me, right? And I was traveling to Niagara Falls, which is like a touristy destination here, and I was staying at a place called Great Wolf Lodge, which is a water park resort.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was maybe 8 years old at the time, and I had gone to Rainforest Cafe, and I had fried mozzarella sticks and marinara sauce, and I was playing in the wave pool, and I felt suddenly the urge to go. And I ran to the bathrooms that were in the pool, and there were all the high pressure flush toilets, and I was like, I don't like this, and they were also kind of gross. So I decided, okay, I'm going to chance it back to my room, which was on the 5th floor. It was like far away. And I was like, I'm going to sprint this. Get into the elevator, press the button, diarrhea.
Oh
no.
I was mortified. And I mean,
was there anyone else in the elevator?
No, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
And it didn't get anywhere, thankfully. But I remember running out of the elevator and just down my leg, and by the time I got back to the hotel room, it was a fucking biohazard.
Oh no!
Is that gross enough for you?
That's just the kind of stuff we look for with these segments. What about your second story, man?
Oh god, I mean, these all have to do with my really weak stomach. But it's sort of a similar case to it was sort of a similar story to Ruben's, where it was like I was in China. I was traveling in a very rural area. If you have a weak stomach, by the way, don't eat the rice in like rural China, because something in it just absolutely destroys me every single time. And I was literally in like a restaurant at the edge of a farm, and it was like gross.
Yeah.
And they only had squat outhouses. And I remember running to the outhouse, trying to, and then like, I was like undoing my garments and like trying to squat down and use it. And I look in between my legs, snake.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my worst nightmare.
Like, and because I didn't realize that the toilet, the hole, was literally just an open pit that like dropped down a slight hill behind the toilet. So anything could just crawl into it.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's like rats and U-bends and toilets. Like if someone, as soon as you get in there, like they have an infinite oxygen supply, and because it's all wet and horrible, they can just live off the stuff that like grows there, I guess.
Yeah.
Who knows,
so,
man?
I mean, I didn't have to poop after that, but it was terrifying.
Oh,
I can imagine that being awful.
At the outhouse in Borneo that I went to before I was interrupted, sorry. It was so every single sanitary place had like a hornet's nest in it.
Oh god.
So when I went to have a shower, there was no warm water, obviously, which is refined because it's a small village with hardly any like electricity. But they had a hornet's nest just chilling there, and every time I had a shower, I had to like, wash my hair really quickly under the thing. Come on, get it off, look up and just make sure I wasn't going to get attacked by some massive hornet. And then, right, wash, clothes on, run into my, like, the area, like the sleeping dorm, and just go get changed properly. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then, like, when I went to the toilet on the second day, I was like, dude, on the second day of this trek we did through the jungle, dude, I was like, I haven't been to the toilet yet, and I kind of need to go. I want to go so I don't have to use the bloody shovel when we're on a massive expedition and be like the only kid that uses it. So, I mean, I went in there and I sat down because I thought I needed to go, but I didn't. And I look up, and there are the biggest spider I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like the size of my hand, and its body was like the size of like 3 of my knuckles put together.
Holy
shit! It's like, I actually think I literally stood up. I think I almost threw up actually because I was just so nervous and worried about it. Dude, I don't know, it's not arachnophobia, but I'm not terrified of them, but there's something about spiders that really creep me out. Like,
it is arachnophobia.
But I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't look at a picture of a spider and go, oh my god, I'm going to be sick, that's too scary. No, I can look at pictures of spiders any day. I can look at people getting, like, attacked by a spider. I mean, no, actually, no, I can't. Anyway, and then after standing up and pushing the hand on the door, I realised at the top right of the door there's a hornet's nest. So not only is there a hornet's nest in there is also the biggest spider I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's how the spider got so big. It was eating the hornets.
Yeah, exactly. They just probably ate it. Like, they just don't learn. Silly ass insects.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Where was this again?
Borneo.
Okay, well, this is Borneo, so it's very likely that the hornets might end up eating the spider.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But anyway, I think we are probably going to have to wrap up pretty soon. Is there anything else anybody wants to mention? Maybe you, Michael, if you got anything else you want to slip in?
Well, I will just say thank you very much for letting me appear on this podcast.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. I've never done a podcast before, and it's really, really cool to be able to be part of this.
Exclusive interview.
I know, right?
It's been really good talking to you.
Who knows? Someday this might be worth a fortune. But thank you, Harbier, for bringing me on as well. Of course.
Absolutely.
And, thank you, Tarbia.
Looking forward to see the end results, and I hope I was entertaining.
You were.
Oh, you were.
You
this
were
has
very
been
much.
Brilliant. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Again, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. It's been brilliant. Yeah, anyway, if you guys have enjoyed listening, then please do feel free to go and follow us on all our socials. All of them are at The Casual Crowd. And of course, please do go and check out Michael Chang. If you could just say your Instagram for us again, and of course, I'll include it in the descriptions of wherever this episode is going up.
Yeah, so my personal Instagram is 2.changs with a Z and then an underscore at the end. My TikTok is 3changs with a Z, no punctuation. And that's all.
Nice, yeah. So please do go check him out. It's been, again, brilliant having you on. And thank you to everyone for listening. Great podcast.
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, we'll see you all next time. Thank you.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye-bye.